Yes.
So excited to have all of you here in person. Thank you so much. We have mimonas, bacon and eggs, and some treats for
We're
you.
missing out.
Birthday cake, first Monday of the month, you get rewarded for showing up in person. So great to have you here. I want to start off by introducing someone very special. We have Wayne, who is the father of Steve Landine, and he is here from Houston. And Wayne has a specialty in commercial and has an activity to kick us off this morning. So Wayne, would you come on up here and read the mission statement for us? And while he's coming up, I have a special Golden Pineapple Award. This person is absolutely unbelievable. She is a high-performing professional, and I saw her this morning before the company huddle giving sage advice on getting the buyer rep signed. Hey, Sean, good to see you. So Mary, everyone loves and knows Mary, and we just appreciate her so much. So oh, we're so fortunate to have these professionals who know anything and everything about MLS and the contract. So Wade,
Yes.
come on up, and I've got the mission statement there for you, and then feel free to do your activity.
Awesome. Thank you, Sasha. Well, let me say it's, first of all, it's a real pleasure to be here this morning. I was here about a year ago and had the opportunity as well. So I really appreciate that. And hopefully some of the things that I'm going to talk about today will be very helpful to you. Let's all talk about the mission statement, which is to build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, lives worth living, experiences worth giving, and legacies worth leaving. Think about how that affects you in your life and in your business to accomplish all of these and what you'll leave to the people beyond and coming after you. One of the things, I've been doing this for 49 years, longer than probably most of you have been alive. In that 49 years, I've only done commercial. I've done one residential transaction, which was a 30-day lease back for a commercial company that came in right after Harvey and bought 5 acres out in Richmond, Texas. And the seller could not get out in time, so we had to do a 30-day lease back. My own houses, somebody else handles that. I don't like residential from my personal aspect. It's emotional. Is the paint color right? Is the neighborhood right? Commercial, you're dealing with people who have a business attitude, a business mind, and they're doing it because it makes sense and they want to make money out of it. But in doing it, just went down below. What I'd like to do is pass these out and everyone take one of these. Let me see if I can get this paper clip out of here now.
Yeah, another paper.
Just hand me a paper clip if you have one close by. I want to spray. I need this one specifically.
Oh, you need that.
Oh, but here, I got it. I really.
Oh.
You don't have any red paper clips?
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, I got it. In my hand, I hold a red paper clip. That's what you see. But what is this really? A key. A key. What else? Can you see a house in this? Yes. You see a house. Well,
In a different shape, maybe.
in a different shape, okay. This can be anything you want it to be. If you've never seen the video online of the red paper clip, the story, go to TED Talks and look up the red paper clip. There was a gentleman who walked into work one day.
You know, there's a camera.
Oh,
here.
I'm sorry.
Zoom.
My
There you go.
apologies.
There we go.
My apologies. I'll walk around too
Yeah,
much,
yeah.
so let me know. So he walked into work one day, and that red paper clip was sitting on his desk. And he played around with it and said, a red paper clip, what can I do with this? So he traded a red paper clip. And the response back was a fish-shaped ballpoint pen. Said, I've never had a fish-shaped ballpoint pen. So here's my red paper clip. I've got the fish-shaped pen. He kept trading, and the value of it built up. And finally, he was able to trade whatever his last item was for a brand new $50,000 house in Cleveland or somewhere, Ohio, up in that. But he did that by thinking outside the box. before you have a piece of paper that has 9 dots on it. If you were to take a pencil and start, I want you to take a pencil and connect all 9 dots, 4 straight lines without raising the pencil from the paper. I'll give you just a second to think about it and then we'll go on, not to waste time. Can you pick up your pen? Oh, you picked it up. Yeah. I saw you, I saw you.
Can we pull the paper?
Can you fold the paper? Nope. Nope, won't work. You won't get all 9 dots if you just go around the square and then do that.
Ray's gonna figure it out. I know it's something going further.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ray.
You have to, I'll break it short for you. I'll tell you how to do this. If you take, and just take your pen, put it on the top left dot. Doesn't have to be on the top left, put it on the corner dot. Draw straight down. Go beyond the bottom dot, probably about the distance that it is between the second and third dot. Then angle up, oops, sorry about the camera again. Angle up, you pick up the 2. Not quite. All right, you go down the left side, you go beyond it, then you come up at an angle and pick up the 2 dots right here. But you go all the way up here, so then you go back across the top dot and you come straight down where it looks like an arrow. You've contacted and connected all 4 dots.
You want to show that to the camera?
So that it looks like this. You have to think outside the box in everything you do. And that's one of the things that you'll look into. And I'm just going to give you a couple of examples of thinking outside the box that I've personally experienced over the years. Creative commission. Who's ever made a 36% commission on a transaction? Raise your hand. Can it be done?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Yes, it can be done. We had in 2018, I was working with the mentee and we came up with a transaction. This was right after Hurricane Harvey in 2017. There was 16 units down in Wharton, Texas, which was about 55 miles from Houston. And they had been damaged. They had been flooded because they were just north of the Colorado River. So first story of 2-story buildings were basically done. So the owner went in and gutted all the sheetrock out, took all the fixtures out, but he didn't build it back. And so he said, I need some help doing this. And we said, okay, yeah, we'd be glad to do that. We'll be glad to help you. But what are you thinking value wise? He said, I think I just want to dump them for $30,000. I mean, I'm tired of them. I've made more money on insurance claims over the years than I have from rental income. And we're sitting there going, let's see, 30,000 times 6%. If we have to split that, I mean, that's $1,800 max. We said, that doesn't work for us. So we looked at it, we went back to him and says, we think we can sell them. We looked at it, did some numbers on it, evaluation. We think we can sell them for $100,000 to $125,000. He said, yeah, but you have to do all this work to them. We said, that's okay. I think at this price, it'll work. He said, no, I really don't want to. I just want to dump them and get rid of them. In fact, I'll even give them to the city and let them do it, rebuild them for housing. And we said, no, wait. Here's our suggestion. Let's take this. Let's do a $30,000 value. If we want, that's what you want out of it. We want minimum of 10,000 because 55 miles away, if you value your time at $200 an hour or more, you're only going to work on this for 7 hours. Otherwise, you start losing money. So we said, we'll take $10,000 is what we need. So your 30, our 10 gets us to 40,000. There's going to be closing costs involved. Let us do it at 45,000. And we think we can sell them for more than that. So allow us to market it more than we're listing it for. And we'll see where we go. And sure enough, we marketed it. We listed it for $45,000, put it on the market. We had a wholesaler in Houston that came in to buy it. We sold it for $85,000. Now, our deal was anything over $45,000 of the sales price, we'll split it 50-50 with you. And the owner said, that's a great idea. I'll do that all day long. So we wound up doing it, sold it for $85,000. You take out his 30, the next 10 for us, and then we split the difference 50-50. We wound up splitting a commission, the other broker and I, we split $22,795 in commission between us. So that was one way to do it. But also, we find out we have to educate our clients. How many of you feel like you have to teach your clients something every time?
Yeah.
Every day, because our clients are, I don't want to say this out wrong or right. They're just not aware of. I don't want to say they're stupid, they're ignorant. No, they're not. They're extremely smart. So what I had an opportunity to come up with a listing for a medical center in downtown, in the medical center in Houston. It was a property that was a ground lease. That was an 86-year ground lease done in 1970. So the owner, the tenant built a building on it, and they were still occupying the building, but the owners wanted to sell the underlying ground under it. And they thought it was a fabulous opportunity to make tons of money, because at that time, real estate in the medical center was selling for $200 an acre. So you take $200 an acre times the square footage, it was just under an acre. And the total value would have been about $7 million. There was no way that was going to happen, because it had a long-term ground lease that went to 2056. And this was like in 2021. So you still had all this time period for only $50,000 a year in annual income. The owners were saying that was a horrible deal grandmother and mother made back in 1970. And I'm going, yeah, 50 years ago, that was a great deal, but you didn't plan for that longer term period. So we wound up doing this. We put it on, we wound up selling it to a neighboring owner, which was a Methodist hospital series. They have major owners in the medical center. They have major campuses around Houston. We wound up selling it to them for $3 million. Owners were ecstatic because there were 3 owners, 3 siblings, so they could go in and split $1 million apiece out of the deal. And we wound up coming out, making that on the side that we made it on. And you know what? There's no outside broker involved. 6% of $3 million is a nice little check after you pay everything out of there. It was a referral from another KW office. We paid the referral fee of $22,000 to them, went on down the road and looked at our check and said, hey man, this is a nice check. For our side of the deal, $150,000, net $156,000. Other things we have to do, we have to be creative. How many times are you trying to create something for them and what comes up and do it? You have to think outside the box. That's why I did the 9-dot thing for you to think about. You got to be creative in the way you do some things. We had a marketing session one time, which I was leading the marketing session for a networking group. We had a broker from CBRE there saying, I've got a problem property. How can y'all help me solve this? And there, of course, everybody went through the, hey, have you done this? Have you done the e-blast? Have you put it on LinkedIn? Have you put it on all of the social media that's out there? Yeah, I have. The only problem is my owner wants $950,000 for it, and it's not worth that. It's only worth $750,000. And he said, but he won't take anything less than $950,000. We said, he's not going to sell it. He said, no, I know he's not going to sell it. And then we were thinking about, okay, the bank wanted to foreclose on him because he had done this repetitively, off and on. He had been behind, and they said, enough's enough. We're time to call it in. And finally, we sat there and thought about it and said, wait a minute. The solution to this problem is not trying to sell the property right now, but the solution to the problem is, how much does he owe on the property? And we asked the broker at CBRE, and the broker said, well, he owes about $350,000 on the property. And everybody just kind of went, oh my gosh, there's your solution. Your solution is not to sell the property. Your solution is to go out and find an investor who will go to the bank, buy that note for $350,000. What could he then do with that $350,000 note? He could go back and restructure with the guy that's having the problems and say, you continue to stay there. Let's just restructure your mortgage payment because you don't own the property. The tenant owns the property. You just have the note that he's paying you on. So go back and restructure that note. And what's the worst thing that could happen? If he foreclosed again, if the new guy that bought the note foreclosed on it, what's the worst thing that could happen? He'd go sell it at market at $750, double his money. Done deal, easy. So it's all about thinking through what you can do to accommodate your clients and how you can take care of them and all of that. So fun times, enjoy your career in real estate. It is a great opportunity. It's a great lifestyle, as you already know. And KW Commercial and KW Residential are great places to be. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Any questions for Wayne? Follow up, Houston Market, Commercial? We love having you here. It was great to see you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, awesome. Happy birthday, October birthdays. Let's look at all these lovely people. There's a lot of them. We are celebrating you today with cake, so enjoy. And yeah, lots and lots. Including our very own Keone, right?
No.
24th?
July.
Oh, that was July, okay. Oh, I know, next slide, this is what I was looking at. Happy work anniversary, check out the years these people have put in. We've got Keone at 6, Dean's 8. Oh, wow. Derek Escalera, congratulations, all of you, Sue. Wow. Yeah.
Cap starts over today.
Yeah. Anytime you survive more than 3 years, it's amazing. We are super excited to welcome back an incredible agent. Stacy Vinere has joined us again. And we just welcome you, Stacy. Yeah. We're excited to have you back. Yeah, I know. There's bacon for you. Think about any agents that you guys know that have left. Tell them it's, we've changed over the past couple of years since COVID. This office has really come to life. You guys are leading the industry and outperforming RAM. And who would you want to help to bring into our Ohana? Let me know. Okay, license requirements. How many of you are done with your CE? Yes. Good job. Yeah. Including code of ethics. Yeah, time's ticking. So get her done. All right, we've had an incredible jump start. They've done a great job of titling the classes. It's not just for people who are new. We had Marion and Keone both teach some really important classes that we're going to email the video out to everyone. Definitely take a look at those. I was talking to Keone the other day, and I think one of the things that probably for brokers can be frustrating is you spend 3 hours teaching this class and then someone calls you the next morning and is like, what do I do about this? And you just taught a class about it yesterday. So definitely, if you haven't watched that, do, so that when you do reach out, he may answer some of your questions, and so may Marion in those recordings. So yeah, getting to close. Teresa, did you want to say anything on this?
Yeah, so
Come on
Marion.
up. Yeah.
So Marion has a class coming up this week, which is October 9th. And so it's contract to close. So everything about timeline and making sure that you can bulletproof your transaction by knowing the right thing to do at the right time. Really important class. Other than that, no, we're gonna have a good week. The rest of them are good. Nicole's teaching today. She's fantastic. Oh, I do have a story to tell. Jeannie, can I share your story? Or you should share your story.
On the spot.
Sure.
So Jeannie attended the classes for Keone, for me, for Marion this last week. And they went back and, reaffirmed their basics, right? And took it a step further. She signed a listing and she's got a buyer that's going to be going. Now, that is not because she didn't have the skills to begin with. It's just because it did a refresh. Do you want to add to that?
Well, you know.
You gotta come up. Me too.
Get uncomfortable.
It's not so much what we know, it's sort of sometimes what we think we know, and,
Can
you know,
speak up here so
to-
they can see?
Everybody stare at her.
It's not so much what you know, it's what we think we know.
Yeah, and Teresa really helped after the class. I had a number of questions and she just spent some time discussing different things with me, and it was, first of all, it was really motivational. And it was really helpful. And I mean, thank you very much. But it's not just Teresa, you know, it's, you know, other people, you know, I mean, there's Marion over there. I mean, Keone's been amazing hand holding me over the last week, so I thank you. And just being here, you know. Hi, Liz. And yeah, anyway, so that's what I have to say.
Way to show up.
That's the addition. It's not that we don't know what we need to do, but sometimes we need just that little bit of a kick. To go, oh yeah, that's what I need to be focusing on. That's where I can really tweak my business. That's where I can take it to that next level. So I encourage you to attend the classes. It's not just about new agents, it's about revitalizing our careers. And this is, I'm sorry, this is a time that you don't get to be pretty and be out there and do HGTV. This is a time we have to really double down, and we got work to do. And if you do the work, you will get the outcome. But if you don't do the work, you're going to be like 80% of the other realtors out there that don't have any work, complaining that the market sucks. And the reality is we have a market. There's always someone who wants to buy. There's always someone who needs to sell. It's, are you going to be there to be the one to help them? And I'm telling you, if you're sitting around complaining, you're not going to be that agent. So come to the classes, continue to show up. We appreciate you. And that's it.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah, we had a full room, but it should have been more full. So take a minute, scan this QR code. If you weren't at the classes, RJ, if you could put that next slide up with the two codes. We have the listing, presentation, and then writing a contract. Definitely worth your time. Super excited this weekend. We have beach cleanup. You can wear your bathing suit, dive in the water afterwards. We're going to meet at Baldwin. And so let's see, Saturday, October 12th, 12 to 1, and then we'll hang out afterwards. So if you're on, Jonathan, you want to speak to that at all? I'm excited. It'll be nice to get over to North Shore. All righty. Who's going? Anybody going? Going? Yeah. Yeah, that'd be great. Okay. Also, we have Holly Cow Cow. We sponsor once a month meals at St. Teresa's Church, and actually we're directly responsible for Gary Keller donating $50,000 to support that effort. And as a result, we are considered an official sponsor of their fun run. So if you go and participate, you'll see Keller Williams on the towels. I don't know if we're full yet. April, anybody know? Do we have enough people for the 16th?
I think we'll be gone, right?
Amanda and
We do the after.
okay, well, reach out to Jonathan. There's only really 5 spots, so we do have some regulars, but love to open it up. Once you do it, you don't want to miss it. It's pretty amazing. 50 to 60 people, Southside. Oh, yeah. Hey, Keone, thank you for sponsoring this month. Awesome. And we're doing a West Maui huddle once a month, the first Wednesday. And if you guys, there's only about 10 of us there, it's really worth the drive over. We have agents that live in the different condo complexes, and they give us updates on what's happening with the associations, what's happening with insurance. That was our last time, and she said, man, people should drive over for this because you really get a feeling for what's happening on the west side from the agents who live there and are doing their business there. So hope you can join us. We are doing it at another luxury listing, Sarah Fox's Coffee Farms. So it's another great opportunity to get into a gated community if you haven't seen that complex yet. Hope you guys can make it. Teresa, we have career night on the 24th. So if you have a bartender you like, or a teenager that maybe you think would do well with real estate, they're offering, free drinks if you bring someone, and there's non-alcoholic. And so hope you guys make it, bring a friend. Anybody been to one of these before? Tracy, you want to say anything? Yeah, thank you, Tracy. All right. Trying to think of someone we could bring.
On Thursday, not Wednesday.
Oh, sorry,
Sorry.
it's on Thursday, not Wednesday. Okay, thank you. I'd love to hear stories. We are getting organized with our first Friday open house. And we had 5 participate. Thank you, Sue, Bonnie, April, Steve, and Sharon.
It's actually Ray.
Oh, and Ray did the, sorry, Ray did the host. Yeah, thank you,
Because
Ray.
he's on, if he wasn't on, I wouldn't say anything. Like-
So, our idea is we're gonna close the registration the Friday before, so we can announce it on the Monday, the week of that open. So try to think now about November 4th. I think it's November 4th, yeah. Whatever the first Friday in November is. And, let's try to get our listings open. The goal, we had 5, let's try to do 10 and continue to expand this program. Does anyone have stories from their opens over the past week? Any great Ryan Sherwood $16 million buyer stories? No? All right. Keep getting out there. That's where they come from. Oh. Hi. Okay, Hawaiian short sale update session, November 4th, Monday at 11. And now we have tips from Jasper. Come on up, Jasper.
Hey everybody, how we doing? Quick tech tips today. Just want to remind you all of how awesome the KW Hawaii One app is. It is not just a notification machine on your phone that gets dumped into your big stack of notifications. But you can access training calendars. The weekly huddle recordings are on there. I'll get to this in a moment. There's videos, scripts, lots of resources, a link to our Dropbox, a link to the MLS portal, all sorts of good stuff on there. And just wanted to remind you guys that it's a great piece of tech. We are also sending out a survey today to sort of gauge how different agents interact with the app. If you're receiving notifications, because as a market center, we do want to be in touch and letting you guys know what's going on the training side or reminding you about events, but I don't think anybody likes to get reminded about things from texts and emails and notifications and all sorts of stuff like that. So we're trying to just gauge how we can be communicative and informative, but not annoying. So look out for that. If you could complete it, I'd really appreciate it. And thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you, Jasper. Jasper did a great job. Shout out to Jasper. We had a meeting with Stacy and introduction to command, and you just did an incredible job describing command. I don't know if you guys know, they continue to improve. It actually has predictive technology right now. They look at 88 data points and with 96% accuracy can predict if someone's going to move brokerages within the next 90 days. And it's been amazing, the stories we're hearing all across the country, and they're amplifying that feature for you to eventually what's coming is they will identify who's going to be ready to buy or sell in recent terms. So it's pretty amazing. Super excited about the different features. One of them that I found out about this morning is we always do, typically at the end of our meetings, if you have a listing, we talk about it so that those of us in company can get a glimpse of what's coming. They're actually rolling out a feature. 76 market centers out of 800 have utilized it now, where you can have an internal, what's listings are signed that's coming soon. And so we'll be able to see it digitally. And they said even for teams, like a lot of you teams have a whiteboard that has all of your upcoming listings. They have a function where you can have it just specific to your team so that your own team can see what's coming. So exciting to see how they continue to adapt that for us. All right, MLS Mastery with Marianne. Come on up, Marianne. Yeah, woo!
Hi, everybody. Good morning. Wow, this is a full room. Great to see everybody here. Okay. let's see, the first thing I wanted to talk about is, you know, the sheet that most of us use to show property, right? When we give our clients a sheet, it's the client, what's it called? The customer listing, I think that's what it's called. So let's go here, let's go here. We're gonna go here. There it is. Right? So this particular view, as you can see here, shows 8 pictures. And I don't know about you, but when I pull up one of these and there's a picture of the driveway and then the house and then the side yard and then the backyard and then the other side yard and then the front yard and then the mailbox, or, you know, it's like the people in the car with me or who are I'm showing through go like, oh, wow, these are great pictures of the property, not very helpful. So I'm here to remind everybody who lists that the first 8 pictures that you put into the MLS are critical to show a full view of your property. So you go outside, entry, living room, kitchen, main bedroom, main bathroom. Everybody wants to know what these bathrooms look like, right? Another bathroom, maybe the backyard, right? You do a full tour and then you go and show more detail, right? So that's my big hint for the day. Woo. You're welcome. I got it. The bad news for the day, I don't know whether you heard, but we've got an increase in our MLS dues coming up, right? So not only are RAM dues going up, HAR dues are going up, and the MLS is going up by $5 a month. So just giving you a heads up. We haven't, the RAM hasn't increased dues in a long time. MLS dues haven't been increased in almost 20 years. So just giving you a sense of, it doesn't happen all that often. And that's it for today.
Awesome, very nice. Okay, we have a fun event Sam is going to talk about this week, and come on, Sam.
Thank you. Hey guys, I just want to remind you of our YPN Family Fun event happening this Thursday from 3 to 6 at Maui Golf and Sports Park. Here's the flyer. Oh, I don't think. Yep. Can they see it here? Okay, so how you register is you go on your account in Paragon, and it's right in the, what is it called?
Dashboard.
The dashboard.
Yeah.
It's only $5. So if you have children, please bring them. This is a great time because it's fall break. Or if you're a grandparent too, it's like easy, fun, cheap, $5 way to bring your kids. So yeah, come. We are also asking that people come and donate to the wishing well, and we're only asking for like small things like this: pens, ballpoint pen, expo markers, and Sharpies. And we'll also have a way you can donate if you don't bring anything. So please support, please come. This is a great family fun day.
Hey, Sam. And Keone with Code of Ethics and Standard of Practice.
All right, good morning, everyone. Got a couple of stories to share this morning on our Be a Pro segment. Is Daisha on there? I don't think she is. I will share a story that Daisha had. So we sent over an offer on a listing that said, we don't know what the commission is gonna be. So we sent it over at 3%, right?
Oh.
And so they countered, the seller countered, right? With $10,000, which is extremely low for what we should have got, right? So I said, well, let's counter them, right? But you get your buyers on board that we're gonna counter them, right? You can't just do that because otherwise that's going against the Code of Ethics, right? Buyers are like, yeah, that's so unfair, like they should be paying, right? So we countered back and the agent was like, Johnny should know better. This is all part of negotiation. I'm like, exactly, right? So I told Daisha, screw him, like, send it back, right? Let's just keep countering as long as your buyers are okay with this, because it was the only item that we were countering at that point, right? We figured out everything. And we ended up getting it. So don't listen to the other people, right? Don't listen to them. You listen to your people. If they're on board, you do that, right? So, yeah, just be hammered, be a pro and keep it going, but get your people on board. They gotta be on board, right? If the people say, no, it's fine, then you're done. So, fortunately, they were. Yes,
So let's just say like your people were on board with a decrease of the commission more than 10,000, right? And you're saying that was the last item on the negotiations part. I mean, what if what you countered, the seller denied and they didn't want to negotiate anymore, and then therefore your buyers lost out on a potential home
That-
because you wanted.
exactly. That was the discussion that Daisha and I had and with their people, right, with her people, like. I asked her, is there any competition, right? Are you in competition right now? Or is this, no, she said, no, this thing's been sitting for a while. We're the only people. I was like, okay. I said, but let them know that, right? That the exact thing, right? Get them on board on everything. Like if we screw around with this and then they say no, somebody else brought in another offer, you lost it, is that okay too, right? All these different scenarios have to be told to your buyers, okay?
Well, and otherwise they would have to pay if it's set up that way with the market.
And they were willing to pay, oddly enough. Right? Yeah, the buyer said, well, we'll make up the difference. And like, so they should, let's go back at them again, right? If they're willing to play, let's play, right?
What'd you end up getting?
We got the 2%, I think. Yeah, and it was originally was less than 1%. So yeah. So gotta keep that going. Amanda has a story. I'm not listening to the other side. I do, it does. I do.
What shall I say?
To your story on don't listen to the listing
Okay.
agent.
So this one is super special for me. They're my longtime friends. I've known them since I lived here. Super awesome. They unfortunately lost their condo that they just bought in January to the fire, and they also lost one of their businesses to the fire. And their other business literally just opened on the 1st. So this one was super, super special. We go in at Maui Lani Terraces. It was originally at 400,000.
Don't say what the price is yet.
Okay.
Close yet.
All right, okay. So it was originally like a lot more. And we negotiated back and forth. It was a complete gut job and they really wanted their refrigerator and microwave and oven. We're like, that was their counter. We're like, okay, cool. And then the price just didn't really match up. And their last counter that they sent, they're like, this is our best and final 325 and we're not gonna take anything less. And if your buyers don't agree, then we're gonna put it in a rental program. And I was like, oh my God, like, what the heck do I do, JC? And he's like, oh gosh, I don't know. And then I'm like, babe, I don't want. And then I was like, okay. And he's like, let's talk to Keone about it. So we go over, I was like, you know, this is what he said. He's like, who cares what they said? We're going to put the offer in at this much. And I called the agent. I'm like, we both know that you're not going to put it in a rental program. And long story short, they ended up accepting it and they got it for like a lot less money than what it was listed for. So,
When you see the sale record, it's gonna reset the complex. So, one of those deals, yeah. But yeah, it was, we knew all the factors, right? It was one of 9 of a hui of 9 people. It was the last property in their portfolio that they wanted to get rid of, right? So on the market for a long time, right? So you use all those things against them. And so you just keep pushing until it works for you, right? So don't forget, we always say represent your client, right? Whether it's a seller or buyer, make sure you're representing them to their fullest because they don't know, right? They were ready to give up, right? Buyers are like, oh, no, I guess not, right? No, hammer those guys. Because your competition is gonna be just clueless, right? As you know. Okay, let's go into the code of ethics real quick. Who can tell me what Article 1 says? In general. Well, here we go. And when representing a buyer, seller, landlord, tenant, or other client as an agent, realtors pledge themselves to protect and promote the interests of their clients. Right? This obligation to the client is primary, but does not relieve the realtors of their obligations to treat all parties honestly and fairly. Okay. So going down to Article 6, Article 1, Standard of Practice 116. Realtors shall not access or use or permit or enable others to access, use listed or managed properties on terms or conditions other than those authorized by the owner seller. Right? That's a very broad statement. But if you're gonna have a lockbox on it, you better get the okay from the owners, right? If you're gonna be sitting open houses with allowing other agents to sit open house, you better get the owner's okay on that, right? So remember, communication with your owners is very key on that, even down to what type of financing they would be acceptable for them on an offer, right? There was an expert witness case my mom did on Oahu. It was on the news and everything because the brokerage sued the seller because they had a ready, willing, and able buyer, right? So they're going to have to commit, deal fell out. So they're like, well, we deserve a commission. So it came all the way down to what is your exhibit A say as far as financing? And all it had on it was cash. And the deal was actually a finance deal. So he said, my mom said, well, you didn't accept the financing deal. You only wanted a cash deal. So little things like that matter when you go to the third floor of the court building. Anyway, so make sure you cross your T's and dot your I's in this market, right? We're in a different market, you guys, than we were. Let your clients know that too, right? Look at all the deals we're negotiating for under the value. Sorry for the sellers. But the buyers are out there expecting you guys to work hard for them and to be a pro. We'll get it soon.
Interesting this morning on the growth call that happened at 6, they said last year at this time, Keller Williams took 52,000 listings. And this year it's 70. And so those of you that are listing out there, it's that be a pro. And I would add, as Keone said before, if you have something on lockbox, you need to check in on it. You guys don't hear stories. We hear some crazy stories. So be sure if you have listings, be regularly checking in. Yeah, Kayla.
When you say 52K listings from KW, what market centers like?
National. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was just a national stat. They were just making the point, let's go after those listings.
And
Yeah.
sell them, that's the hard part right now.
And sell them. That's why they're focusing on this feature. There's another competitor who does a lot of their business internally because they have this listing feature that's available that they can see everything in the office. And so I'm thrilled Command is offering that. And they put their full legal team on it. We'll of course defer to Keone's expertise on how we implement it, but yeah, it's nice to see them doing that. Speaking of who has a listing they would like to sell right now with some happy buyer. Yes, Jeannie, come on up. You have to come up to do your listing.
Yes, I would love to sell it to the very happy buyer. Yes. Okay, so I have a listing. It's in Kula. It's 2.373 acres. It's a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. The seller has done extensive work on the property. I mean, he's really cleared a lot of it. So if you go see it, like it was jungle 2 years ago, you go see it now, you can really imagine different places where you can put a home. And then it's over 2 acres if you want. I'm not telling you to do it, but CPRing, subdivision, you can get what's it called when you have when you share a meter, you can put all those in. So what else?
How much?
How much? Oh, it's only 800. No, I'm kidding. It's 1,525,000. So it's a really good deal. You have 2 roads that you have access to the property on Poly and Mill Road. So this frontage on both sides, and it's a really nice property.
Lots of fruit trees.
Lots of fruit trees. Um,
parent lighting,
but what?
close to parent lighting.
Oh, close to paragliding, which I still have to do. Anyway, now an interesting thing that I did, I did a CMA for myself. And there's no, when you customize it, you can't put in the land, the price per square foot for the land. Okay, so I did it manually. And it would be nice if RAM either did that or they would have a blank field where you could put it in your CMA and sort of do whatever you want to do with it. So I did it for mine and for all of the comps, and his property is only going to be at 14.75, which is basically the lowest within the price range under $2 million. So it's really interesting.
Sell it, yes, sell it. Come on, let's hear it. Let's hear your pitch. Love it.
But it's really interesting statistics. If anybody wants to see what I did,
Sam has a question.
anyway. Yes, yes, it has 5/8 inch water meter, and yes, and what else?
It's a cesspool.
Cesspool,
property.
that's right. Thank you. This is my teammate.
The question is it already on the market?
No, I'm sorry, it's not on the market yet. It's gonna be on the market in the next couple of days. So if anybody has interest, I'm here for you.
Zoning, is it ag?
I'm not sure. I think so. I am not sure. I have to check. I will check.
Any other questions?
Any other?
Looks like vice president debate, you're putting those down.
I am a detailed oriented sort of gal.
Hey, good job.
Okay, thank you.
I know you guys have,
You guys just hand raised.
Dean, let's hear it.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Hey, I just wanted to let you all know that I listed a just incredibly amazing property in Olawalo. You're probably seeing some of the marketing that's coming out on it. It's truly is one of the most amazing properties that I've ever listed. The quality of the construction is off the charts. The finishes that they've used are like absolutely exquisite, and it's just an amazing property that I'm really proud to be a part of. And I'll be co-listing that property with Kylie Gallagher. And so we're going to have the house on Caravan this Wednesday morning. It'll be open from, once we're done with caravans, so like 9:30 to about 12:30, 1 o'clock. And then I hope you'll come by and check it out if you have a chance. It really is going to be worth it. It's an amazing property listed for $9,995,000, which sounds like a lot of money, but it truly is an amazing property and an amazing value. And also going to be having Caravan and Haiku on Thursday, and I'll be there showcasing Bonnie and my listing up in 4510 Waha Place in Haiku, which is also an incredible offering at $2,250,000. And it's actually a really cool property. It's got an upstairs 2-bedroom living area, and right now it's currently rented to a separate tenant downstairs. So it's really a pretty awesome opportunity for someone to come in and have a really great, big, private, secluded, tropical, large house, or it could be split up if someone has the need. But anyway, that one will be available on Thursday as well. So please come by, check it out.
Thank you. Love seeing how you all partner with one another to secure listings. It's been amazing to watch the collaboration, finding an expert in the field and partnering with them to secure those listings. So thank you, Dean. Anyone else? Sam, come on up.
I don't need to come up.
Wait.
Does anybody have a listing for a house that can fit 7 cars?
So we're looking for a house that can fit 7 cars. Does the grass count, or does it all need to be garaged?
So like either Wailea or
Wailea or Wailuku Heights, 7 cars.
got a price range a $3 million.
3 million.
Fancy.
Okay, awesome. Text Sam if you do. Anyone else? Awesome, thank you guys for coming in live.